Hello, welcome to the Security Updates with me, Hamse Daabjeerin. In this program, we will be covering for you the latest stories that matter security in the Horn and East Africa countries. Ahead on the program, China strongly opposes Taiwan to open representative office in Somaliland. Somalia releases preliminary investigation report on Mogadishu's central prison attack. Somaliland joins countries supporting Israel United Arab Emirates diplomatic agreement. Ethiopia Prime Minister said they will sacrifice their lives for the Renaissance Dam. Fighting between Puntland forces and Al-Shabaab fighters erupted in Galgala Mountains. Welcome to the program. The Chinese government has strongly denounced the new representative office Taiwan has opened in Hargeisa, the capital city of Somaliland. China says it will not recognize any kind of relations between Somaliland and Taiwan. Li Xianxiao, the spokesperson of Chinese Foreign Affairs Ministry, has denounced Taiwan and Somaliland to exchange official institutions or conducting any kind of diplomatic relations. He also opposed Taiwan to open a representative office in Somaliland. The spokesperson of China has emphasized there is only one China and Taiwan is inseparable part of China, adding that one China principle is universally acknowledged norm guiding international relations as well as consensus of international community. Li Xianxiao said desperate attempt by the Democratic Progressive Party to carry out separatist activities in the international community will never succeed. On the other side, Somalia has also described Taiwan's decision to have representative office in Somaliland as reckless attempts to infringe on the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Somalia and violate its territorial integrity. It said Somalia will undertake necessary measures within international law to protect the country's unity, sovereignty, territorial integrity, and political independence. Meanwhile, Somaliland responded to Somalia's decision to denounce Taiwan's representative office in Hargeisa. According to a press statement issued by the Foreign Ministry, Somaliland sees Somalia's reaction towards Taiwan's representative office in Somaliland as astonishing to the world nations, while Somaliland has diplomatic relations with other countries. Somaliland government affirmed its sovereignty and integrity is indisputable and irrevocable on the basis of their historic accounts. Meanwhile, Somaliland reiterates that the bilateral relationship between Taiwan and Somaliland is based on reciprocal and shared values of peace, freedom, and democracy. The Somaliland government has also warned Somalia to refrain from the repeating of what they have called groundless and uninformed statements aimed to mislead the world. The federal government of Somalia has released a preliminary investigation report on the central prison of Mogadishu attack last week. The report indicates that weapons were smuggled into the prison on 8th and 10th August, where gunfire between Al-Shabaab inmates and security forces began. An inquiry committee recently appointed by the acting Prime Minister of Somalia, Mahdi Guled, has disclosed a preliminary investigation report on Mogadishu Central Prison attack last week. The committee, who held a meeting with the acting Prime Minister, confirmed that pistols, grenades, and ammunition was smuggled into Mogadishu Central Prison, which Al-Shabaab inmates used to attack prison guards, killing 4 of them. The weapons were smuggled on August 8th and 10th. The committee also said that 12 prison guards, including commander of the central prison and his deputy, were arrested for facilitating and neglect. 6 civilians were also arrested for playing a part in smuggling weapons into the prison. 9 inmates are also implicated in playing roles. The committee said that they will hand over this report to the National Prosecutor's Office to make their decision. The acting Prime Minister has also praised the work the inquiry committee has done. He urged the judiciary to take their part and resolve the case efficiently. Last week, Somalia's main prison witnessed armed fighting between terror-convicted inmates who grabbed a gun from a security man. Somali security forces confirmed that they have shot dead 4 Al-Shabaab inmates after a gunfight pattern in Mogadishu Central Prison on Monday. The Somaliland government has welcomed the new diplomatic relations between the United Arab Emirates and Israel. Somaliland described the move as a good example of alliance between regional states that are interested in stable and cooperation. The Somaliland government has joined the countries expressing their support for the historic normalization of diplomatic relations between Israel and United Arab Emirates on Thursday. Somaliland's representative and head of the Somaliland Liaison Office in Kenya, Bashir Awil Umar, said in tweet, the agreement is a good example for alliance between regional countries that are interested in regional stability and cooperation, and emphasizes internal aspiration of region peace with neighbors. He also added that all peace-loving people will support the historic normalization agreement between the two countries in exchange for taking off annexation of the table. Somaliland joined Germany, Egypt, Bahrain, Oman, United Kingdom, France and the United Nations in supporting the deal between Israel and the United Arab Emirates. Somaliland and the UAE have diplomatic relations. The UAE signed an agreement with Somaliland in February 2017 to build and develop Berbera Port, the main port of Somaliland, at a cost of about $442 million. Somaliland got independence in 1960 from Britain and later united with the Italian Somaliland to form the Somalia Republic. But that unity did not last long after Somaliland declared its dissatisfaction of the unity with Somalia in 1991. For the last 30 years, Somaliland has been looking for an international recognition, though no country has yet recognized it. Despite the lack of recognition, this Horn of African nation has close diplomatic relations with the US, UK, EU, and Taiwan, the last state Somaliland signed to have diplomatic relations. Hamse Daabjeerin, CBA, Hargeisa. And now let's go to Ethiopia. Ethiopia Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said that Ethiopia will carry on building the Renaissance Dam and will not succumb to pressure, adding that the construction of the dam is now 88% complete.
Over the past few months,
Abiy Ahmed, the Ethiopian Prime Minister, said the dam is a symbol of freedom and independence, stressing that the Ethiopian people are ready to sacrifice their lives to complete its construction, adding that completing the construction of Renaissance Dam will continue regardless of changes to the government because the country needs to step forward. The Renaissance Dam negotiations round ended on Wednesday with an agreement to form a technical and legal mini-committee for each of the three countries concerned with the crisis: Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia. Recently, the tensions among Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam on the Blue Nile have escalated, particularly after Ethiopia announced that it had started filling the dam, an action contrary to Egypt's mandate that the dam not be filled without a legally binding agreement over the equitable allocation of the Nile's waters. Egypt has also escalated its call to international community to get involved. Already the United States has threatened to withhold development aid to Ethiopia if the conflict is not resolved and agreement reached. In a joint operation conducted in Aputwa Galgudug region by the Somali military and the police have seized and destroyed alcohol on Saturday. The police said they conducted a raid together with military following a tip-off that there was alcohol in the area. Photos show the consignment full of alcohol drinks. Under the keen watch of the relevant authorities, the police have warned distributors and people engaged in this illegal business to stop their activities. They also said they have managed to arrest several suspects, though they did not disclose whether those arrested were locals or foreigners. Security officers in the region have asked residents to shun from the illicit business and urged them to report cases of individuals straying on drugs like a bang. Somalia is a predominantly Muslim country with strict regulations on alcohol use. All kinds of alcohol are forbidden under the Somalia laws, which are all subject to Islamic Sharia. Those who found the use, sale and distribution of all kinds of alcohol and other drugs are arrested for long-term jail and their belongings of the alcohol being burned down or destroyed. The African Union mission in Somalia announced new mandatory environmental protection guidelines to all mission personnel. We will be back with more after the short break.
Hello out there. Tune in to CBA TV, the voice of East Africa and beyond. There's so many people around the world who are watching along with you.
Hello friends, I'm Abubakar Easy.
Hello everyone, I am Faiza Bukhari.
Allow me to officially introduce you to CBA Standard English. The program is all about teaching and learning English language in entertaining and innovative ways.
We have designed series of lessons that will help you learn English from a beginner stage to an advanced level. All 4 language skills, reading, writing, speaking and listening, are included in our lessons, and we are sure that there is a lot to learn from the program.
All you need to do is tune into CBA TV, the voice of East Africa, on the days and times being displayed on the screen right now to watch and participate in the program, or subscribe to the CBA YouTube channel for updates.
Welcome to CBA News Bulletin. I am Hamse Daabjeerin.
You are watching CBA TV. I am Wangoingoge from Hargeisa. Thank you for keeping it CBA TV. Reaching out to our global viewers through digital and television platforms from our 2 major broadcast centers and exclusive reporting from East Africa and beyond.
Ajana Ahmed Tijani reporting for CBA TV.
Join us in engaging talk shows and programs on a wide range of issues.
I'm Abdullahi Hassan. Welcome to Unscripted.
Welcome to Associate, proudly brought to you by CBA TV.
Welcome to Artflex on CBA TV. This is Mutiu Olawi.
I welcome you to your show, our show, CBA TV News Review.
Our digital platforms engage users everywhere. We inform, educate, and entertain. We are CBA TV, the voice of East Africa.
Welcome to QETC Qalam Educational and Technical Center.
I am Ahmed Mohamed Ahmed. I am a student of Qalam Educational and Technical Center.
Qalam Educational and Technical Center is a place that you can improve your English language.
I came with zero English. Now I'm better.
Come to Qalam Educational and Technical Center. This will help you to improve your English, your listening, your speaking, your writing and reading.
If you want to speak confidently without fearing. Come and join Qalam and learn how to speak in front of thousand people without fear.
Welcome again to the program. The African Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, has launched a document detailing mandatory environmental protection guidelines and practices that all mission personnel are all to follow as they go about their duties on the peacemaking mission.
I have the copy here of the standard operating procedures, AMISOM environmental protection and management. And it is here, and I definitely am very, very proud to just display.
The document, titled AMISOM Environmental Protection and Management Standard Operation Procedures (SOPs), was launched virtually on Wednesday by the Special Representative of the Chairperson of the African Union Commission (SRCC) for Somalia, Ambassador Francisco Madeira. The SOP spells out the rules and responsibilities of every AMISOM personnel regarding the protection of the environment, and will also serve as a guiding framework for other peacekeeping efforts by the African Union across the continent. Ambassador Madeira, who was flanked by AMISOM Police Commissioner, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Augustine Magnus Kelly, launched the SOPs to mission leaders from the military, police, and civilian component of AMISOM, as well as a representative from the Federal Government of Somalia, FGS, and the United Nations Support Office in Somalia, UNSOS. In his opening remarks, Ambassador Madeira explained that AMISOM's role is not only restricted to fighting the Al-Shabaab, but also entails enabling the government to operate and ensuring a healthy and conducive environment for other local communities as mandated by the relevant instrument of the United Nations Security Council and the African Union. Ambassador Madeira stressed that even though AMISOM did not previously have clearly spelled out SOPs in line with the protection of the environment, all mission personnel have always been guided by African Union doctrines that are rooted in the protection of the environment wherever they operate.
We've been fighting Al-Shabaab so that we can protect the population and ensure their safety and security. We've been carrying out some quick impact projects to respond to the immediate needs of the population. We have supported the efforts for the maintenance of law and order so that people and the population can live in peace and go about their lives freely and confidently. So, protecting the environment where the population undertakes their daily activities is as important as protecting them from Al-Shabaab. AMISOM, in this context, will continue to work with UNSOS and the federal government of Somalia in helping the government address the issues of environment and climate change. We will continue to contribute to developing environmental awareness programs for mission personnel and the Somalis.
He said that the SOPs will spur more collaboration between AMISOM, UNSOS, and FGS in organizing environmental-friendly activities across the country so that AMISOM leaves behind a Somalia that has not been degraded when it is time to exit the country. The virtual event host, AMISOM Senior Policy Officer Lucy Agali, who was also the team leader of the officials who formulated the SOPs, explained that the launch was a combination of months of hard work, but that the resultant SOP is really exhaustive and will provide useful guidance to the military, police, and civilian components in the management of the environment across the mission operations. The Director General of the Directorate of Environment and Climate Change in the Office of the Prime Minister of the FGS, Ahmed Yusuf Ahmed, welcomed the development, saying it was timely and will work well in collaboration with environmental protection initiatives of the government. The head of UNSOS, Lisa Filipetto, congratulated AMISOM upon their milestone and promised even stronger partnership in operationalizing the SOPs. To commemorate the launch, Ambassador Madeira and AMISOM Police Commissioner IGP Augustine Magnus Kelly planted a palm tree, the first of many to be planted in line with the SOPs.
According to local media, fighting between Puntland forces and Al-Shabaab fighters broke out in Galgala Mountains, one of the main Al-Shabaab hideouts in Puntland state of Somalia. The state has claimed victory in this battle, though Al-Shabaab has not yet commented on it. Fighting between Puntland forces and Al-Shabaab fighters with casualties took place in Galgala Mountains, a place where Al-Shabaab fighters are operative. Puntland said Al-Shabaab has suffered heavy casualties. Al-Shabaab has not yet commented on this battle, as well as Puntland's claims of victory. Initial reports said the fighting came after Al-Shabaab tried to seize more areas in Galgala, but heavy fighting broke out, resulting in many deaths and injuries. Puntland forces officials confirmed that they have killed several senior Al-Shabaab fighters and injured more in the battle. The Galgala Mountains have been the scene of clashes between Al-Shabaab and Puntland forces for the last few years. This is not the first time Puntland and Al-Shabaab have fought in Galgala, and this has happened several times before. Puntland forces have been trying to oust the group, while Al-Shabaab is trying to maintain its strategic location. Al-Shabaab fighters and the Daesh of Somalia have sometimes carried out attacks and planned assassinations against the senior officers in Puntland state of Somalia. The federal government forces conducted military operations in some parts of Beledweyne on Sunday. The officials said that this move is supporting to restore the peace and security in the city. Somalia Federal Army Forces and the security officers of Hirshabelle State have conducted a joint military operation in Beledweyne to strengthen the security of the city. Government officials said that during the operation they were also stopping vehicles using the main highways of the city for questioning. Hirshabelle police also closed the main road in front of Beledweyne police station last night, and it is said that more troops have been deployed on the road. But there is no much details about this operation, and the government officers have not yet disclosed it or whether they arrested terrorist suspects. However, in Beledweyne there have been occasional planned assassinations by armed youths, and a Bajaj driver was killed a few weeks ago. Somalia forces appear to have stepped up security in recent days as they intensify their fight against Al-Shabaab. The Somaliland government has sent ministers and other government officials to Las Anod, the eastern region of Somaliland, to resolve renewed clan conflicts in the region. The delegation includes the Minister of Information Saleban Ali Kore and the Foreign Minister Yasin Faratoon. Somaliland ministers, including the Minister of Information Saleban Ali Kore and the Foreign Minister Yasin Faratoon, has arrived in Las Anod, the administrative city of Sol region in Somaliland, to resolve renewed clan conflicts in the region. The ministers were warmly welcomed by the Sol administration officers and various sections of the community. The ministers of Foreign Affairs and Information have also paid visit to Adade to observe the situation of the area, which has also recently erupted clan conflicts. During the observations, the ministers held talks with the community elders of the region to find out what their disagreements are based on. The ministers are expected to stay a few days in eastern regions of the country to spend time with the community elders to find out lasting solutions in the region. It was recently one clan conflict is renewed in some parts of the Sol region in Somaliland. This is not the first time clan violence has occurred in eastern Somaliland, but it is recurring. Many people are demanding the government to find lasting solution to these recurring clan conflicts. The Somali forces have claimed that they have killed 3 Al-Shabaab fighters in Middle Shabelle. The group has not yet confirmed the killing of their fighters. The U.S.-trained Somali Forces unit Danab have affirmed they killed 3 Al-Shabaab militants in El Galo in a special operation conducted in Middle Shabelle. The Somali Forces commanders told the local media that Somali Forces killed the militants while planting landmine in the road, and they said the operation will continue until the group is wiped out of the region. But Al-Shabaab has not yet declared that they lost their fighters as the government forces claim it. The latest operation came barely 3 days after Somali forces confirmed they killed 10 Al-Shabaab militants in another operation in the outskirts of Posas. Al-Shabaab controls much territory in rural areas in Somalia and are fighting the internationally recognized central government since 2018 to establish Islamic Sharia based in their own interpretation. And with that story of Somalia, forces say they killed 3 Al-Shabaab fighters in Middle Shabelle, which the group has not yet confirmed the killing of their fighters, as the federal government has claimed. We wrap up our program for this time. Thank you very much for being with us. My name is Hamse Daabjeerin.